Kauan on kärsitty ryssien valta, Suomen kansan vapautta suojellessa. Teräspajat Pohjanmaan, Urhot Kallin Karjalan, Jäämit ja Savon miehet rintamahan. Teräspajat Pohjanmaan, Urhot Kallin Karjalan.
Okay, well, Gaming Grognards, it's day 12, Operation 12 on Motherland, and we're one click away, one step away from the HQ, but first we have to withstand a Soviet assault. We've put together a force. I hope it's good enough. I've focused on anti-tank mines and heavy engineers. We're going to build a ring of those concrete gun emplacements and just try and hold the Russians back. We will get human wave attacks. We know what's coming at us. I'm thinking, do I have enough mortars? Do I have enough range weaponry? But I think we do. So phase one, we've got medic, we've got some supply, a couple of heavy engineers teams, as you can see here, and a truck to get the miners into position. Phase two will bring in this 122mm and another mortar. Have we got a mortar in phase one? No, we haven't got a mortar in phase two. And then some more heavy engineers with crews for those guns. We're going to get those guns built in. Then phase three, we'll bring in another 122mm artillery piece for the backup. First of the captured KV-1s with Monsieur Velo on his bicycle. Loads of the crews, because then by phase three we will have built the gun emplacements. Then we're bringing some heavier stuff, the 152mm gun, T-34, some Panzerschreck teams. We're a bit light on infantry. We're a bit light on infantry, and I'm a bit worried about that. That's a whole phase, as is this one. We've got one rifle squad here. I'm not quite comfortable here. Tell you what, I'm going to drop one of the T-30s, and I'm going to put in there another rifle squad. A late substitution there, folks. Where are we? Where we've got a rifle squad. There's a rifle squad, and we'll put a flamethrower in here, so we can have embedded flamethrowers with those rifle squads. We can just team them up together. That's cool. And then phase five, we're bringing in another T-30, another KV-1, T-60 with those quad maxes to just mop up any infantry that's left. But the focus of this is anti-tank miners to block one of the river crossings, because we're going to be at Neman. And then a ring of steel with those 75mm concrete gun emplacements. Okay, let's go select the campaign. We've got no choice. It's our aircraft and artillery stars. We've got one Blenheim in the air above us. We're going to take the full weight of the enemy attack. Let's get into this. Let's go. So Neman, I'm sure you've seen this map before. There's a series of there's a river down the centre of it with a series of oxbow lakes, as you can see here, where and sandbars. This is fully fordable at all points. There is a bridge here, and there's a ford down the other end, but the river's no obstacle at all to either vehicles or infantry, so there's no problem there. And this is normally a victory location. There's one in the settlement over here. There's a farmland settlement. There's a ruined village over on the top left-hand side. There is a windmill, I believe, on this one as well. The windmill up here makes its appearance. Depends which way we're going to have to defend. If we're defending on this side of the river, it's pretty good for us because we've got some high ground with good positions that we can get those concrete gun emplacements in as fast as we possibly can. And we've got about 6.5–7 minutes to get that done before the enemy arrives. So what have we got? Okay, that's an interesting one. I'm looking at the map now, and look, we're down in the northeast corner. Let's hit a pause. Okay, we're going to deploying in the northeast. We've got very light defences on the ground, but we're spanning the river, so we're not going to be able to use the river as a blockage. So we're coming up here, up this hill, up this hill, up this hill. And this settlement here overlooking that crossing is going to be one victory location. I've got a feeling they're going to be coming from the west or the southwest. So I'm gonna just abandon this. Where's that victory? This victory location here. I can't hold that. It's too far out. I can hold this one. I believe I can hold that one. Yeah, I can, because it's got open ground on both sides of it. And we've got a very useful trench line. See these zigzaggy trenches here? We've got a very useful defensive position already in place there, and then that's behind it. But we need some intelligence which way they're coming. Let's get some intelligence. See if we get an intelligence. There's an intelligence report. They're coming from the west, and primarily from the west. Okay, pause. Okay, that's our intelligence report. So they're going to come at us from that direction. We've got about 7.5 minutes, so we need something blocking out that road, but most importantly we're going to block that and that. Now whether we hold this one, I'm going to defend this one. I think I can defend that one. Where are we going to put mines? We're going to put mines up here, right across that road junction, or indeed have we got any rocks here? No, it's that junction there. That's where we're going to get our miners. Okay, let's just go. Let's go. We've got a rough plan. We kind of know what we're doing, but this is going to be a scary battle. So let's get to our boys. We're just going to run you, man. You're going to run to there. And you heavy engineers, we're going to run you to here. Infantry, you're going to take up position here in these buildings. Can you grab that gun? No, that's a machine. That's a machine gun. I want something defending this side of the road. Let's put you there. That's an anti-tank team. Just gonna put you over there. Go and grab that flat gun. And you head. Okay, this was a mistake. So you boys get out of that truck. Heavy engineers get into that truck, and one of you guys, you're going to act as driver. You infantry, you're going to head over there. And we're going to get you to there as fast as we can in that truck. Let's go. And a 37mm flat gun. Right there. We're calling 2. Flamethrower. Get you over there. Right, heavy howitzer. Get that howitzer into position. Whoa, this feels like all a bit fragmented. Get those infantry over there. This is going to be one of those scary battles. These are crew, so we need that crew over there. Okay, boys, dive out of that. Okay, heavy engineers, here we go. Dig me a gun emplacement there. And you get in that truck. And you're a heavy engineer. While your buddy's doing that, just put me some tank traps out across there. Right, let's keep going. What do we got here? Flamethrower. I want some spotters. Your miners. This junction here, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's not very dense as a minefield. It's the best we can do. Right, more heavy engineers. I want you here. God, it's a long way to run. Tank crew. I want tank crew over there. Heavy artillery piece behind that village. Crew. How are we doing with pouring concrete? We're getting there. You're not helping. Okay, get you to there. I think we might get an attack down this side, so we're just going to keep moving things over to that direction. What do we got here? 37mm flak. Get that back to there. We've got any trench lines here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You back up to there. And that 37mm flak, get up to there. Medics, we're going to need some of you over here. Time is ticking. Okay, you're an anti-tank team. You're just going to dig yourself in there. 1, 2, 3. How are we doing here? No, we're waiting for concrete. Get that gun down there. Alright, where's the other engineers? You're running. Shit. You're running. We're in the wrong place here. You're medics. And you're a crewman. Let's call in 3. Call in 3. Another piece of artillery. We want that artillery front and centre. Let's get some reserves over to the left hand side here. I want this artillery up here, covering that. I want that KV-1 up that road. Medics are a bit exposed there. Just sandbag that in. We're way behind schedule here, folks. Get that building. Way behind schedule. You're still moving. You're digging. You're still moving. You're facing that way. Your crew ready. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get dug in there. What have we got there? That's more crew. Put you over there. That's Mr. Velo. Okay, Mr. Velo. Do me a job, will you? Get to there. You're my eyes and my scout. Get to there. Okay, let's get the gun in place, folks. There's concrete being poured there. Where we get more concrete. Let's get this ring of fire. Get some concrete in there. Got a call in 4. No, we haven't. How are we doing with the mines? We've done all of our mines, so come back to here. You're scouting for me now. You've got another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get your mines in there. Anti-tank team are dug in on the corner there. We're trying to get organised here. You're digging there. Come on, get that gun in. Get that gun in. KV-1 there. You're going to face that way. Here they come. Here they come. And dig that gun in there. Whoa. This is going to be a strong push. I think you might be a sacrificial lamb, buddy. Let's get you down here. That was a mine going off. That was nice. Get cruiser here. We've got a tank coming in. We have got a tank coming in. We've got no anti-tank defense. Here it comes. KV-1. And we've got a lot of infantry coming in. They're coming straight for us. Okay, let's push an LMG squad up to there. We want to get that gun in before they defeat us. There's that tank moving out in the distance. Okay, LMG squad, go down, intercept those. That gun's almost there. Come on, come on, come on, get on it. We're nearly there. That's good, that's the 122. Tank's moving in. And it's a flame-throwing tank, fuck's sake. There's the gun. Get onto that, boys. Engineers, come back down to the river. Down to there. Mount that gun. That's nice. Let's get in a bit. We're going to stop this. Give me another build. Take his tracks off, somebody. That's cool. That's a 75 mil. That's the tank gone down. What do we need here? Okay, get this mortar to here. We want to break up this infantry assault. That's cool. And get that gun in place as well. Okay, boys. And we've got a 4. What's a 4 give us? The 4 gives us a T-34. Okay, we're going to push that alongside the KV over to here. And we've got another heavy gun. Where's that other heavy piece of artillery? That's an infantry. We're going to get that infantry rush coming across there again. Where's that heavy artillery piece? Go grab that. Okay, we got him. We got him coming in. Panzerschreck team. Can you defeat that? That's the 75 mil. Sandbag that because you're doing a beautiful job. Okay, that's a heavy gun. That's a heavy gun with the blend. We can take that down with the blending. We can't take that. Okay, we can push an anti-tank team right the way across here. And a quad Maximo to here. What do we? We've got another KV. And another KV. What do we got? Where's our heavy gun? Okay, we're going to keep the heavy gun on this side of the river. And we're going to push this gun to this side of the river. And push some infantry into that line there. Okay, we're holding this at the moment. These boys really should be dug in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Protecting that gun emplacement. Heavy engineers. What can you do here? Can you start on another gun emplacement? I think you can. And over here. Give me another gun in. And what's happening here? Where's that gun? Boys. We said we wanted a gun emplacement there. Crews over here. Okay, Monsieur Velo, get with your buddy. In fact, jump off your bike and flamethrower man. Get on your bike. You're going to scout up there for me. And now we've got a flamethrower on a bicycle. How cool is that? Let's go. Flamethrower on a bicycle. Alright, we're holding steady here. Let's get these boys to work. What are you doing, folks? You've dug the foxholes. There's our gun. Where's our tank crew? You needed on that gun. Come back to there. You heavy engineers. Shit, you needed. That gun's taking some damage. Okay, they're going to go. They're switching target. They're switching target for the other victory location. Okay, this KV-1 is guarding this position here. We're just going to cross the road. We're just going to cross the bridge. Because he's going to go straight in and we need some tank support. Okay, we're going to send the T-34 across this way. Because they're going to go for this victory location. Come on, boys, dig away. Get another gun in there. Come on, you can be quick. The AI is holding that back. Okay, we want this machine gun up with these boys. Come on, fellas. 1, 2, 3. Have we got that second gun mounted up? It is mounted up with crew. That's a beautiful shot. Okay, we need another crew here. We got another gun in place. Okay, you boys, get here. Finish that one off. Now that gun needs some screen. I'm just loving this now. We've got a grip on this battle. Come on, all of you work hard on that. Get that going. Get that gun in. That's it. That's what makes the Finns great. Okay, we've lost one victory location, which means we want this gun over to here. This gun over to here, boys. Bring it. Because we are going to get a ton of shit from this way. Get that tank there. Okay, we got another gun. We've got another crew. Get that crew on there. You engineers, get back here. Okay, okay. We are going to counterattack here. We've now got four gun emplacements. 4 gun emplacements, and here he comes. Come on, open up on that. Wow. Track's off, he's down. Okay, we're going to bring this artillery piece, this heavy artillery piece, to here. They're still making an effort down this side. So we're going to move some infantry forward. Okay, here they come. We're taking casualties. We're taking casualties on the gun crew. Come on, boys. Give that some coverage. Okay, we're going to come up here with this heavy gun. And we need a medic over here. Where's the medics? Wrong side of the game. Over here. Okay, you need a couple of crew on that one. You've had casualties. Drop that gun. Put it to work. that gun away from there. Come on, boys. Okay, we're getting some action here still. Even though it looks like we've got a victory. F. Just put that gun down. We need a medic. Get up to that gun. Right, the guns are beautiful. The guns are beautiful. That's 120mm. That's an enemy. What is happening here? And that's just a little... Come on, we're going to occupy here. And all of you infantry, we're going to take the trenches outside this village. Another tank coming up. KV versus KV. Come on, pivot, pivot, pivot. That's got him once. He's seen me. And I've seen him. Come on, load, load, load. Get his gun. This is brutal stuff. Come on, hit him again. Are we damaged? Can we just back off? Down the slope. Just come down that slope. Get out of his line of fire. Get below the elevation depression of his gun. Get below the depression of his gun. The boys go down. F, come on. What have you got in your arsenal? Okay, get up that. Where is he? Is it just one tank or two tanks? I think it's one tank. We've got a tank shootout here. Come on, come on, come on! You can do this. Game's almost over. We've almost got the strike at the enemy HQ. Keep running. He's over here. That's the artillery's picked him up. It's a long run. You should have brought your bicycle. Come on. There, we see him right ahead of us. There's two tanks there. You want his rear deck. Our tank is still intact. Okay, we're going to approach through the trees. Let's hope we don't get shot. Okay, get his engine deck. Engine deck. Engine deck. We get him? He's burning. Okay, he's bailing. He's bailing. Beautiful. 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 And there's another one there. There's another KV around there on its own. Oh shit! There's also some infantry around here. Get to there. On his engine deck. And some infantry. Go down, boy. You're a hero. Wow. Okay, push our tank back up. We damaged? We got track out? We got a track out from all that action. Okay, what have we got here? We've got a little infantry tank. You got some smoke? That's our little infantry. You're going to shoot at... Come on, boys, boys, boys. Where's that gun? Where's that little tank? Come on, take control of this situation. There we go. Get up there. Get up there. And we want some infantry support. Let's grab the village. Up to here. Vehicle repaired. What? Get into that trench. You get into that trench, you're the hero. And you infantry occupy that trench. Okay, 26 minutes. That's a beautiful defense. That's a beautiful defense. I'm quite tricked. That guy was the hero with his... that's another KV 1E and another KV that's now empty. We've got a crew. Go grab that for me. Okay, we've got a hold. We've got a hold. We've got a grip. Okay, we're gonna have to go and capture the victory location. Just put you on way there. There's a very nice 76mm. How are we doing for? Are we track mobile yet? We're up and running. Okay, let's put this tank up to here. That's cool. You truck. Go grab that 37mm flak. That's the flamethrower I couldn't find. You get to there. Don't run over your own mines, boys. Oh, nice mortar here. And a 76mm. What have we got here? Okay, you repair the tracks on that one. Couple of you infantry there. Go grab that 120mm mortar. Not all of you boys. You three, get that 76. Get that 76 firing. Okay, bring that mortar over to there. That's a nice piece of kit, and that gun facing that way. All right, we're good. I'm going to go over the battlefield, folks, and I will see you back here in just a second. In just a second. That was cool. That was very cool. Okay, gaming grognards. Well, here we are back at the site of that. Here's Monsieur Velo and his buddy. Here we are. We finally arrived. We're back at the site of that amazing attack, that heroic attack by that flamethrower that took out those 2 KVs. Yeah, very nice, boys. With your bicycles. Actually, I really like the idea of flamethrowers on bicycles, better than anti-tank weapons. And this guy's just stepped in some dog shit, I think. That was a pretty cool fight. That went exactly the way that I wanted it to go. The ring of steel. Let's just jump out of that place there, and if we go back over here. So we had here, right in front of this trench line, 1 here, 2 here, 3 75mm guns. It looks to me on this flank like under the confusion of the start, I started building one, but we had a 4th there. So we had 4 of those overlooking those 4 bunkers, which made anything impossible for the Russians to move across this road or indeed hold this area here, which they did capture because I decided to abandon that, but they just couldn't hold it. They were just under such heavy fire from that. On this side, we held back a bit until the end. and then we had that little encounter, but most of the battle was fought around this victory location here, which was kind of scary at first because of this, because here we had this beast of a flame-throwing tank. So yeah, that beast there, which will be very nice in our arsenal because we're on the assault next time. So that was it. That was a good defensive hold, and it was what the Finns are great of. If you've never played the Finns in this game before, this is why. These heavy engineers, 4 points, a team of tank crew, 4 points, 8 points, and you got a 75mm gun in a concrete emplacement. What's not to love about that? Over here, at the start of the game, our mines actually did a reasonable job for us. It took out what looks like a BA-10, not a BT-6, and another little T-70 as they veered down that road. And it was this road here that became, because of those concrete emplacements, a bit of a road of death. This KV-1 was knocked out there. All of these vehicles, this anti-tank gun, all of these things here, 2 KV-1s, were all knocked out because they traversed the road of death in front of heavy artillery, this artillery here in its concrete emplacements. Okay, enough. That was cool. That was a cool battle. Okay, let's get out of here. 38 casualties to 180. What's that? 40 and 160. 25%-ish. Slightly less, 25% casualties. Now what we should get is some aircraft stars for that, which we need because we're on the assault. This is potentially the final battle. If we can capture the next game, then we've won Motherland, which, like all my campaigns, will be a bit sad. We've got 3.8 research, 8.8 stars, which means we get 4 call-ins of aircraft on that, and we might be able to do something artillery wise with the 3.8 stars. So let's get out of there. 8.8 stars, I think that's a no-brainer. We're going to bring in 4 50-kilogram bombs. I think that's the best thing to do with that. The 7.2 research, if this campaign was going on, without a doubt, I would spend 5 of those on medium defences so that our next defensive battle is in our favour, with effectively an extra call-in of infantry with machine guns and flamethrowers is what we'll get for medium defences. But we'll figure that one out. Is there anything else we could do usefully on that research tree? I think not, because we're on mostly captured stuff. What I might do is spend it on beefing up the infantry. See if we can do something here to toughen up our rifle squads, make them veterans, to give them more better stats. Elite, veteran. We can get from here down to LMG squad, to the rifle squad, to the veteran rifle squad, and that will make them tougher for the final assault. But to be honest, you know, our rifle squads have been with us for quite a while now. These guys have got veterancy. The Panzerschreck teams didn't do much that I was aware of in that game, but it is what it is. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. It's so appreciated by me and my little Gates of Hell channel. I will see you soon, and I certainly hope I'll see you on the next battle, which may be the final one, day 13. That's auspicious. Day 13, Operation 13 on Motherland, when we're on the assault and we're going to be taking Lazurny. What is Lazurny? Yeah, Lazurny is the woodyard and city. That's a fairly difficult assault. There's this woodyard here, and there's a city, and it's very dug in and entrenched. Nice battle for the final one of the series, knocking the Russians out of their HQ. Okay, I will see you on the next battle, but until then, from me, from Gaming Gronyards, thanks again, see you soon, and bye for now.
Kauan on kärsitty ryssien valta, Suomen kansan vapautta suojellessa. Teräspajat Pohjanmaan, urhot Kallin Karjalan, Jäämit ja Savon miehet rintamahan. Teräspajat Pohjanmaan, urhot Kallin Karjalan, Jäämit ja Savon.
It's Gaming Gronyards.